God, get your AARP cards out because we are Centurions, motherfucker. Welcome back to Weebology. I am your oldest Professor Ricky.
And I'm also old as but I'm not Ricky. I'm Ethan. Turns out.
Think of all the senior discounts we can get now. We're living in the upper echelon of human aging.
Golden age.
We're in the golden ages now.
We just hit a golden age for
We're
Weebology
surprisingly
Podcast.
virile for 100.
I don't know if they need to know that.
Well, they can obviously see it.
We're vibrant.
We're robust professors. We're tanks of ourselves. We'll never die. We'll never die.
Hosses.
I think that's what that means. Absolute hosses.
Heroes never die.
Heroes never die, and neither will we. But yeah, we people in Discord may have been hearing us hype up our 100th episode, and we like to be transparent in the lab. When you're scheduling with international people and creators, that scheduling can be pretty shitty. So we are working on it.
Yeah,
and we think it's happening, but
it will eventually happen.
Yes.
Unfortunately, though, we've had to pivot last minute here. But you know, it is what it is, right?
And to this person's credit, they with rescheduling do seem really keen to get on the show. So I'm not worried that this won't happen. But again, the time differences, like we did with Philip from Ward to Dorktown, like that was what, like an entire 16-hour gap. I'm shocked that even worked twice.
Right.
So it's kind of a luck of the draw situation. But anyone who's a content creator knows that has guests. Like, you know how fucking hard it can be to
yeah, and I mean, like, realistically, right? It's really a lot of, like, I would say in our court, right? Because you shouldn't really be recording an episode that's with an international guest for the week that's coming up. Like, ideally, what you would do is you'd have like 4 or something like that beforehand.
Yeah,
so you have like literally a month to figure it out.
Yes,
but it is what it is.
And there's a lot of creators that'll like some other podcasts. If I were to use a good one, they'll talk like, "Oh, it's a Sunday night," and they come out on Mondays.
Yeah,
we've fallen into that groove. Maybe that's the natural state of podcasting with people who have other shit going on, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's how it is, right?
With our real jobs and real stuff going on, like, I don't, how could we do anything else, We can't do everything.
You're saying you in the lab all day, you aren't cooking up tech and sweet anime shit all the time,
I'm
24/7?
certainly always thinking about it.
It's always in the dome piece.
Much to the chagrin of my other
good use of chagrin.
Responsibilities.
Yeah,
however,
right. Yeah, but I mean, well, can you imagine a world that every time you plan something, it always goes perfectly?
Generally, no.
No, I can't even imagine that. It's a world I'd like to live in, though. And that is my kind of ham-fisted segue into what we're talking about today.
Wow, great job.
Thank you. It's kind of a sequel to one we did a little bit ago, where we did anime worlds we do not want to live in. Go check that one out. That was a really fun discussion. Our takeaway from that one was when you put a critical eye to a lot of them suck to be in. The parameters there where you end up as you are an average individual in the set of like the special or the power system or whatever powers that be in that world. But those shows show what it's like to be exemplary, and that's why it's so engaging. So you as an average schmo, some just fucking, fodder joning.
Yeah, peon.
Yeah, it would be a pretty bad time. But today we're going to talk about the worlds that, despite all that, seem really actually a good place to pop into.
Right.
And did you find this was actually a harder thought experiment for yourself?
It is, but mostly because a lot of anime are just set in the real world, and like
that was what I was going to
sort of like a slice of life and stuff like that. Like
that's a wash.
Shouldn't they all be like, that's fine,
exactly?
Yeah, I'd live in Japan, I guess.
And I was thinking the same thing about sports animes, Haikyuu,
right?
And like Ice Shield, Prince Tennis. So it's literally, but that's just our world. We just don't have tickets to volleyball games. We just got to go watch volleyball games, like hype ones.
That's true.
That's really all it is. But you're watching that underdog story. So I guess to say I want to be in the Haikyuu world would be I get to witness the crows rise, right? That's more of you're not just in that world, you're in that world and time.
I don't know, like any of those other teams and stuff like that in the tournaments seem like they'd be fine to be on. Like they're all have like quirks and they're like fun looking teams.
Yes.
So like I'd be down to be on any of the teams, to be honest.
So I guess the parameter there is you'd be a player on one of those teams.
Yeah, you're not a Karasuno Crow.
No.
But you're there.
You're like Date Tech. You mean on date tech?
If I was date tech, that'd be sick.
That'd be sick as hell, right?
But like, no, you just get to witness the show as like a semi-passive observer.
Yeah, right. So it's more like.
And I was also thinking we should think like with our skills and abilities, right? Like, obviously, for something like Haikyuu, maybe we're not good at volleyball currently, but if I had spent all my time doing that,
right,
like, I would be better at volleyball.
Like you and I are,
I'm generally athletic.
Right, you and I are competent at tennis. We used to play tennis a lot, and that's my only net sport. I don't play volleyball because I feel like I'm cheating on tennis. It gets a little jealous. Me and volleyball are not on speaking terms right now. Now badminton. Don't tell tennis about badminton.
Oh my god.
That's shuttlecock, zoo-wee mama.
Play with a live shuttlecock?
It's just a live shuttlecock, baby. That's how you got to do it. It's the real badminton. But yeah, so that I have a couple in the brain. I have a couple
of badminton.
It's just a little bit of badminton, baby. I have it in the brain. A couple shows, because I was thinking that way too. Our skill sets and abilities.
Right.
How would we do in some of these worlds? But first up, I would not want to be a participant, but an audience member in a sports show for a competition or style that does not exist, like Megalobox. That would be so fucking rad to go to a Megalobox fight and watch like
honestly, yeah, just to be anyone in that city would be cool.
That would be so dope. Like, do you want to go catch the Megalobox fight? Yes.
Of course.
Dude, say less. I'm here for it.
We watch ECHL hockey games. Yeah, of course we'll watch Megalobox.
It's essentially
the same thing.
Beating the shit out of each other with mech augmentation. I am already signed up. Season pass holder.
Or sword strapped to your feet.
Yeah, exactly. So in that same vein, I think Kuroko Basket would be another good one because they are doing shit in basketball that is so wildly anime, but to witness that would be like literally someone passing with a fucking palm strike. Yeah. That would be pretty sick to see.
It'd be wild.
I wonder, I might after this look up if anyone's actually attempted or done that in like actual NBA. Like a shithead just like pop pop,
I'm certain that hasn't happened.
I don't know, maybe.
It's a little bit like there was this one kind of meta in the NFL for a while where you'd pass somebody a ball or you'd like pitch it to them and they'd just tap it and that would count as a throw.
Wow.
You could like tap it to the running back.
Right. It's kind of like not even a flea flick, but it was just like a lateral.
I forget what they were calling it.
It's a lateral.
There's like some dumb phrase for it, but it's like literally you just tap it to them.
Because I guess it is pushing the ball in the direction. That's kind of a pass as a controlled.
It may have been like back or I don't know.
Yeah,
but the point is there was some like weird thing that people were doing for like literally 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And it was like driving up all running back stats like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so I guess it does happen in sports. Like they'll try like cheeky little like metas every now and then.
Yeah, right.
But not very often.
That's fair. So like, yeah, being able to witness a sport that we have yet to conceive of or kind of allow, maybe be it an ethical issue of violence and literal some or whatever, right?
Right, like Kengan Ashura, as much as I would love to watch it.
Dude,
wild.
That would be brutal. Just, brutal
it would be
shit.
Nuts.
Because that's also like, if we were in Kengan Ashura, only the people that witness those fights are like the super rich elite.
Yeah.
Would we be them?
Well,
it wouldn't be the fighters.
I mean, sounds pretty normal to me.
Well, I'm talking skills and abilities. We'd climb our way to the top.
Easy.
And shit. Who knows? Maybe Kengan Ashura is happening right now.
Yeah, I'll just be the CEO of Sanyo, whatever.
Sanyo. Microcough.
Yeah, Microcough.
We were talking before, actually, just a quick pivot. I got my second vaccine on Friday, and I had only one really weird symptom, fatigue, kind of here and there, joint aches for like 2 hours, but the brain fog. My carefully cultivated wrinkles, I went smooth brain. Like,
yeah, he like went to Best Buy and he's like, how did I even get here? And then all of a sudden he started buying like Surface Pros and he's already got one.
And it was just like so weird. 7, man. The computational power of Microsoft is insane.
Yeah,
I love them now.
He's honestly just like the biggest Microsoft fanboy now, and we don't know when exactly it happened, but it suspiciously happened on Friday.
I somehow got Bill Gates' number in my phone now.
Right.
It's like a direct line. I didn't have to think about it. It's just like, yep.
Yeah, he traded in his phone, and he got one of those Microsoft ones.
Oh, now that's too far. You've gone too far. But yeah, back to it. One world that kind of made me curious. No Game, No Life. Hear me out. It's a game that those that are good at strategy in games can thrive. Survival doesn't seem to be a problem. These threats aren't, there's not like calamity events in that No Game, No Life world.
Yeah.
So I wonder, I think I wouldn't mind, because if we just get dropped in and we just start winning games, like it could be as little as Uno or as big as like some other shit. But I think, do you see yourself as
the only games I think me and you would just start slaughtering everyone in is freaking Presidents.
Yes, we would. That card game, we would walk around the deck of cards, an entire nation like 20 minutes later is in our pockets.
Well, I've been president for about 16 hours now. But...
yeah, how'd that happen? You ever heard of Presidents?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear about it?
I would.
Are you sure?
You should run.
You should run.
No, I don't know. So like, the reason, like, I thought about those too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like strategy games, like Kaiji, even gambling. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
right?
You know what? I just don't think that I'm good enough at cheating or at the game to win these types of things. Like, I think 1-outs, I'd be screwed. Kaiji, I'd be completely screwed. And No Game, No Life, I'd be completely screwed. Because I'm like competent in these like strategy games, but I'm no like super genius chess world god star
yet, until you get into the world of, what's that world called again? It's like some play on board game shit.
I don't know.
I don't know. But those are 3 good shows, and it kind of highlights why I think No Game, No Life is different. Is that in 1-outs, I don't know, I haven't watched 1-outs. That might be one I watch today.
Oh my God.
You keep raving. If I watch it, we'll do an episode on it because it seems fun.
It's so good.
The other 2 shows, it seems that there are stakes for the games you're playing. Maybe 1-outs, there's no like life or death shit, right? It's just baseball, right?
I mean, it's not super different from Kaiji, where yes, it's just baseball, but there's like, you know, when you start betting on sports stuff, it can start getting like really high octane
real
type
tension,
shit, where you've got like bookies and stuff that are trying to kill you because, you know, they owe you 100 million yen or something like that.
Right. And I think with No Game, No Life, you cannot play any games and still kind of thrive, and it's still kind of just that fantasy world, right? You could still have it, and if you want to settle a dispute and a game you come prepped with cheating or anything, I mean, that you kind of set your own stakes, right? You're at your own devices. You aren't pinned down and forced to play these games. Unless, because if you don't accept, the contract is never done, right?
True.
So
I don't know. I think it's definitely a possibility, but I'm not confident enough in my gamesmanship to take on, you know, any of these creatures.
I like to see myself as a gamer of sorts. So
but they're
I think
cheating. Like all of them are cheating.
They're all cheating though, and as long as you cheat better than their cheat, hey man, that's
Look,
a dubs.
This isn't, you know, undergrad.
This is a dub.
This is real life.
Wow, I feel seen. I feel personally attacked.
Well,
how dare you?
Might have been an inward introspection.
No. Maybe. So another world I thought of, fairy tale.
Dude, I was gonna say this is a good one.
Because all of the dangerous shit is kind of literally lost to time to the level of just lore now, right? Like the most dangerous period in that world was like, you know, centuries ago, right?
Not really.
Okay. But the threats we see are because we're following some of the most intense guilds.
Right.
But
So that's what I was gonna say is, you know, the top 3-4 guilds in this land, I forget what, Magnolia.
Yeah.
They're obviously under constant danger, but that's just because they're either fighting each other, the Dark Guilds, or the Spriggan Empire, which comes way later that you wouldn't even know.
I wouldn't know about that one. No.
But it's like a dangerous time to be a Magnolia mage.
So yeah, see, it's kind of that, but
I mean, in my opinion, that's no different from real life, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Being
right.
a German citizen before 1900 was just normal.
Right.
And then, oops.
Oopsie.
We're the center of 2 world wars.
Daddy wants him a Poland. That's what he needs. So, but yes, also I noticed, if I remember correctly, it feels like even though you and I could drop in and, you know, would be average mages, it seems as though anyone with the right attitude could wind up with powers, right? It seems to be the magic so universal that you are not without it. And everyone seems to at least be competent to a level We're, again, watching the exemplary folks in Fairy Tail.
Sure.
But you as someone, even if you didn't have magic, I feel like you can just be. But everyone seems to have magic with a little bit of effort.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is kind of one thing that I wanted to like very much emphasize is any world where any of the power systems you can like get better at just by using them a lot or by studying them, training in them.
Yes.
Like think like Jedi, right?
Yes.
Like you wonder why there's such fodder Jedi out there when you could like if you had the Force, you'd be using it fucking constantly. I'd be turning lights on and off with it.
I would be like a vegetarian or vegan on Facebook. I would not shut up about it. I would not shut up. Hey, do you know I got the Force?
Heard of the Force?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
You need me to get that?
Yeah. I didn't need it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, no. You want it back again? You got to stop this, dude.
Dude, it's honestly insane.
You've been doing this for the last 3 hours. I didn't even invite you here.
Yeah, well, yes, you did.
You totally did.
Mind tricked.
Perfect. See? But yeah, that's a really good point. It's just that use translates to growth. And fuck yeah, I want that. I would love that.
Along those lines, even though the world is kind of wild, like the Hunter x Hunter world we talked about.
Yeah, I wanted to bring this up because that one's a little bit of a gray area, right?
Yeah, but for the like any of the dangerous professions that you can choose from a hunter license standpoint,
yeah.
Agreed. Maybe stay away. But from this standpoint where it's just like you can work on your craft and do whatever you want to do.
Right.
Like kind of badass.
Kind of badass. If you were a hunter, what would your craft be? You have a wealth, literally think unlimited bank account. You have this card that lets you into access to the most secret places in the world. What would you do with that? What would you kind of further? I'd be a tech hunter for sure. I'd go out and find, the upper echelon of tech, old tech, just anything I want to research. I could just get access to. Is
that an option? I
don't think that's the thing. It's not even an option. It's just you're a hunter now. You can pick whatever flavor you like. If there doesn't have to be a pre-existing gourmet hunter for those people at the beginning to go out and hunt for the best ingredients, right? That's just what they want to do. Being a hunter gives you the freedom. That's a baseline thing. So even we might be kind of shit at Nen.
All right, I'll list them out for you.
Okay.
So there's rookies.
Okay.
There's beast hunters, blacklist hunters, botanical hunters,
Ooh.
Card hunters.
A what hunter?
Card?
Oh, dude, you'd be a card hunter for sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
Crime hunters, cute hunters, disease/virus hunters. Oh, this is you coming up. Gourmet hunters, hacker hunters.
I am in, baby. Hacker hunter. I want
hunters, jackpot hunters. Might be me.
Is this a gambling hunter?
I think just like a complete degenerate.
I'm hunting for that rush, man.
I'm just a degen.
Dude, you know someone came up with that shit like, I'm gonna hunt for the best casinos in the world and just smash cut to them shit face at the craps table.
Yeah.
Like, woo!
I'm just going to hunt for the cheapest flights to wherever I want to go. No, let's see.
You're chilling in Japan on its flight that wasn't cheap. Like, yeah, I couldn't find it yet.
Yeah,
still looking though.
There's lost hunters. I don't know, finding stuff, I guess.
Just like missing persons.
Music hunters, paleograph hunters, poacher hunters, poison hunters, problem hunters.
You're really testing the plosives on that one.
Provisional hunters, ruin hunters, sea hunters, temp hunters, terrorist hunters, whoa. Treasure hunters, and then unknown types. So potentially you could be a tech one.
So that's what I'm saying, right? Is that I think that's just a list of the ones that we were exposed to in the show.
Yeah.
But when you're a hunter, go fucking buck wild like that. So I think if we were average at Nen and we were average hunters, flat out dead in the middle, we'd still be in this amazing wealth of both freedom, fiscal freedom, and the ability to go anywhere, do anything with just that little card, right?
Yeah, it kind of seems like get out of jail free card in many respects.
Yes, exactly. So you're just allowed to do shit.
I guess I would have to be a jackpot hunter.
Why is that?
Because it actually just means like money hunter, it says. Prize money hunter is a type of hunter who has only one goal, earning money.
Wow.
So why not?
Fuck that. Yeah.
Sounds like we're all prize hunters.
Yeah, we're all prize hunters
at
the end of the day.
Ooh, this is pretty cool. Headhunters, a type of hunter who specialize in discovering and cultivating new talents. That's not
literally
bad.
a headhunter.
Yeah, like a normal headhunter.
Wow. Okay.
That's kind of chill, though.
That's pretty chill. All right. So yes, I think Hunter x Hunter's got to be on the list of places I'd want to be in. Just steer clear of the shit that Gon and Killua seem to find themselves into, and I think you'll be all right. I think you'll be good.
All right, I got one that's off the beaten path, but I think
what you got?
When we talk through it, you'll understand.
Okay.
Assassination Classroom, Class E.
This came into my brain.
Yeah. Tell me why I'm wrong.
The Earth is fucked. The moon is gone. Like,
yeah, but your teacher's actually chill.
Imagine that proposition to someone you see kind of at like picking worlds. Like, what's this one? All right, the Earth is fucked up. The entire tidal system of the planet's fucked because the moon is half gone. But your teacher, though, kind of fucking chill.
He's trill.
He's pretty trill, dare I say, trill. But will we be in Class E? In that world, I'm curious, right? I don't know.
Here's why.
Okay.
So you are in a forgotten, shitty class. You're a second-class citizen in terms of this high school system.
Yeah.
You are given a directive by the government to literally become a fucking G assassin.
Yeah, right.
By training in all outdoor physical combat and survival and shooting and stabbing and whatever you want to do, right? And you have a teacher that's literally making you a genius in the actual classroom.
Okay.
And
yes,
your other teachers are pretty cool people.
One's a smoke show.
Yeah, except for the one asshole that comes in and tries to kill everyone. But
it's part of the job.
One of your classmates is a cybernetic AI beast.
I always forget about that one too. Okay. Here's a couple things to rebuttal. One, all of that is fine.
Yeah.
But you are doing so. If you were in the world with the knowledge they had, it's your job to kill that thing, your teacher.
Right.
Or the world is gone. Right? So I imagine that's a lot of fucking pressure.
Yeah.
That'd be tense as fuck. We as viewers with the meta knowledge know that never happened, even though they don't 100% successful. I mean, they kind of, but knowing that now, and I knew that was my outcome, maybe a little more favorable, knowing it's going to work out in the end. And then I walk away with literally elite Green Beret level skill set. Right.
Right.
So that one is an interesting one. I don't know if
I think it could certainly go either way, but knowing what we know about the world, I don't think we go in there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's hard to say. We start this world off as just a random fucking kid.
Yeah, right.
In this class with zero knowledge of the world and the show. But even if you are, you're really not in any serious danger the entire show, knowing what we know.
Right.
Right? So,
that's part of it, though. Would we go in knowing what we know about the show before? I don't even think we brought up that. Go meta about it. If we were dropped into Naruto, which you've already said, bad, fodder joning, bad. But would we know, or would we have to learn everything?
So I think you have to learn everything, but I'm just saying when you look at a show that has completed and you say, would I do well in this world?
Right.
You have the knowledge to know that even if you started off as a complete nobody in this world and you worked hard in this Class E or whatever, you'd figure it out.
There it is. So I mean the question here almost is, are we?
Honestly, the biggest danger is karma. That kid is a psychopath.
He is a psychopath. The look he gets is just
a
little tweak, buddy. But we're asking the question, when we say worlds we want to or want to not be in, are we separate? How far away can we separate the story and our knowledge of it? Right, the world in a snow globe, right, without the story that we know happening. And I don't think you can actually do that. Right, we've already seen it.
I don't know. I think I respect my decision-making capabilities to where I know I wouldn't fuck it up that bad.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Say we didn't.
For instance, I think both of us would do fine in Classroom of the Elite.
Yeah.
Even in the worst classroom, I think we would band together and we'd have a 2-person unit to bully everyone else into doing the right thing.
Oh, no. We would get that shit done.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah, that's a world I wouldn't mind to live in because there are boons to that, and that school is essentially, if you do at least marginally well, even average, you're gatewayed into any opportunity for college and beyond.
But even still, like after they realize that in that first like whatever it was, first grading period that they're like screwed.
Yeah, right.
Like, you know what? It'd be kind of fun to get out of screwed.
It'd be kind of fucking chill, dude.
I mean, at least I don't think I would be like uber broke because I wouldn't have spent all my money like that, like a dumb.
Yeah, right. So I guess I want to lump isekais together. We did that last time for the worlds you don't want to be in. Is there an isekai world that was like, yes, you'd want to be in that?
Bofuri,
yes.
Because there's literally no downsides. It's just like a fun game that you can play.
It is. And I actually wouldn't mind being in slime. And here's why. Because
I would.
Yeah, because
mind.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't mind because the world as we know it is being reshaped by Rimuru, right? If you basically go to Tempest and if you go to Tempest, pretty sure he wants to be on your good side, right?
Yeah.
You want to be on his good side without a question.
Right.
As we just saw. So and the only time we saw any real danger was when the humans weren't playing ball, right? And that from Rimuru at least, and just absolutely flipped the switch. So yeah, if I can make my way to Tempest, I think I'd be okay. And I can receive some boons from him too, maybe.
Here's my one rebuttal to that, as well as to like a shield hero type thing.
Gotcha.
You don't know if you die in this game, in this isekai, whether you die for real.
Fair. That's a good point.
So it's kind of a lot of risk to take on for like not that much reward, right? Like whereas Bofuri, you die in this game or whatever, you lose your HP, you just wake up and you do your normal life.
Yeah, it's kind of like
it really seems like the best of both worlds, where you can play in the game, you can be this overpowered G.
Yeah, right.
But you're also like can just go back to your normal life.
If that is a thing that you kind of dig, then would you want to be in Standing on a Million Lives? Same kind of system.
No, because I don't know what would happen. I think I'd be fine inside the game world, but I don't think it's worth the risk.
Yeah, right. And you're also kind of like, that boon only exists if your party's solid. Right. So
you could have the two dead weights that he had.
Yeah, right. And it's just like, fuck, I might as well go do it myself. You guys stay alive, so I just never have risk. Like,
really,
literally just like cage one up, just like watch her in this house. She doesn't get to leave because she's my immortality.
But the problem is, right, even for him, that's not even a good enough way to deal with it, because some of the tasks require literally all four of them to do something.
Right,
so like, he's in a situation where like they literally have to rely on each other. Like, remember, there were certain points he's like, "Oh my God, please
just
do
stop.
something.
Please fucking do.
You know?
Wind."
Yeah. Yeah.
Blow. So, Standing Million Lives, not on this list. For me, Slime is on this list. Would dig it.
I think there's a lot of potential downsides there that I would not be okay with. I think another one that we didn't say last time that is an absolute no-go was Fire Force. Absolute no-go.
Yeah, the possibility that you just suddenly combust and become an infernal, like, yeah, no. But would we be an average pyrokinetic user?
But they're honestly straight up fodder in that world.
I thought they were immune to spontaneous combustion.
That's fine. They're fodder in this world that's being attacked by like a billion things.
That's fair.
So here's a question, and this is kind of like two options that are sort of similar. Okay, a Cowboy Bebop and a Outlaw Star. They're sort of like same deal.
Same, but different. Cowboy Bebop, kind of in that lump thing, yes, and here's why. Because humanity has made that final push into the frontier, and they're solid. People seem to be living peacefully. It looks like society, right?
Yeah.
There's crime, there's violence, but it's the same, no different than ours now. You just get to do it on fucking Mars.
Right.
So I'm game for Cowboy Bebop. The world seems so like
it's grungy, but it's because they're in grungy ass places and they're bounty hunters.
Exactly. So we're seeing the grunge, but I mean, it also feels like it's not humanity having to struggle to, live on Mars or struggle to live in space. They've
sort of like Redline.
Yes, they seem to figure that shit out already, right? So it's like you then have all the advantages of living out in space interplanetarily, but they've already kind of worked out all the kinks, right?
Right.
So you don't see any like crazy like space issues. They're so far advanced.
That's what, like, it cracks me up when people like want to go to space so bad, because I'm like, have you watched any space movie ever? Like, one tiny little hole in their spaceship and their whole thing implodes. Like,
it's that scene in I think it's Infinity War where Tom Holland as Spider-Man tells Iron Man, "Hey, have you seen this like really old movie called Aliens?"
Yeah.
And he does the thing with Riley and basically shoots a hole in the space thing, and boom. You don't care how powerful you are. You're fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But yeah, it seems that Cowboy Bebop, that world, has outpaced that issue. Right.
Seems like that.
So
yeah.
I'd be
Game.
very game for Cowboy Bebop.
Okay, how about Space Dandy?
Little different. Me,
What makes it different?
Space Hooters. That's really it.
Wouldn't that be good?
I know it is, but I mean, it's more like we're following a guy who's just doing random odd jobs with the space cat with a cell phone. If I got to be that, I'm down. And as Pompadour,
a
fucking
space
choice.
cat with a cell phone, perfect.
Yeah, so if I get to be Space Dandy, choice. Actually choice. But that's not what the question is. An average person in that world, I guess it'd be kind of the same, kind of all in the same vein of just like humanity's presence in space is already well established. Yeah, I guess any kind of show that has very far future space backdrop for humanity, I'd be game, because I fucking love space, man. I am a spaceman. I am an astronaut.
Did you ever watch Little Witch Academia?
Nah, that's on the list.
So,
What's your thoughts?
I mean, it's a D show, like nothing super special, but better than I thought I'd enjoy. Like a show about girls going to magic academies, but essentially,
Yeah, right.
any world where you can go to a magic academy
Sign
and
me
just
the fuck
like
up.
get good.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
They do.
Like somewhat like Magi,
Yes. That world would be curious.
right? But
Yeah.
it's also like fucked too. It's
It
like
is-
hard to really.
Because you gotta think of like, strip away all the magic and stuff, you still have like a medieval society, right?
Yeah.
That can be pretty grimy. Like a fantasy world can do away with a lot of that shit and the humdrum of that. But
There's so much sand.
there's so much sand, dude. Anyway, sand, nah. Trigun,
Negative.
too much sand. Done.
Negatory Ghost Rider.
But along those lines, burn the witch. That'd be kind of interesting.
Burn the vids.
It's essentially London. I get to be in London. I get to be an average mage in London. Yeah, sign me up for that. But I don't know if I want to deal with the whole dragon shit, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
It would be my responsibility to deal with that shit. It would be like, all right, here we go again. But what?
I guess I mean, at least we've only seen 3 fucking episodes because of who knows why. But
Yeah, right.
through the first 3, it's like not that wild.
Exactly. So I think it's got just enough of the supernatural to make it fun, but I get to live in London.
You get to fly around on dragons, bro.
Dude, sign me up, my guy. I want that. What else we got? Are you saving the big boy for last?
Yes.
Okay, I
'Cause
figured
think
you
that's gonna
were.
take like
It's gonna take probably 20 minutes or so to really unravel
10,
that shit.
15 minutes to really get into it.
Someone had a really interesting thing. We said One Punch Man was a no-go, but I read somewhere that maybe in Z City, living there, it's essentially deserted, and you have a god defending it from the shadows. I still don't. That was someone's argument online for One Punch Man to be a world you'd want to live in.
Well, the problem is I don't think that he doesn't get alerted every time that something's going on in Z City since it's like deserted.
Yeah, right.
So there's potential that he just doesn't even respond to a calamity.
And he oftentimes won't because he just doesn't get alerted. You're right. But the one thing that I don't know if they say it, I think they do say it in season 2 that Z City is the site of like where the monsters are kind of sourced at. That's why it's fucking deserted. And there are times where like monsters just come out of the ground because underneath it, that's where like the Monsters Association's kind of chilling, right? So yeah, gave it a little bit of thought. Still no go. One Punch Man is a no go.
Okay, what about Mob Psycho 100?
I think we said last time that was a no because
Did we?
Yeah,
I couldn't remember if we even mentioned it.
I think if we were an average psychic, I think that'd still be pretty dope, but you're also kind of in the world where you have god level people who could crush you.
Yeah, but if you're just like chilling, there's no real reason for them to come after you and crush you.
That's true. If you just live your life, it's kind of like, what's the guy's name? They got his hair chopped off. Satsuzuki or something like that. I don't know.
Idea.
But the blonde kid, basically, he used his powers to make him literally like a god just in society, right? He was good at sports, good at academics, good with the ladies. He just lived a perfect life. That could be us.
Right.
That could be us.
That could be you.
Yes. So I think last time I said that because the kind of the theme of that one is if you're in the group of individuals that matter, but there's possibility for large scale calamities to be occurring, and either you have to deal with that or you're just knowledgeable and can't do anything to stop it. That's a no-go for me, buddy. And I feel like Mob Psycho might fall into that camp, but it's not like world-ending shit, right?
Yeah.
The only thing we did get was like city level, and that's because like the top 2 in the world were going at it.
True.
So maybe Mob might be on there. If we do get psychic powers, sign me up. If we don't, again, all the same.
Yeah,
it's just normal world
with a big ass broccoli in the middle.
Now, I changed my mind. Sign me the fuck up. Doesn't matter what. Doesn't matter what.
Broccoli's good for you, so let's do it.
You just solved world hunger as long as you like broccoli, baby.
Honestly, like kind of. So
I
was thinking another isekai. I don't know if you watched it, but Infinite Dingergram, sort of same deal as
not yet.
Bofuri, where it's just a game that you can play. And you have your real life, and then you have your like in-game life, and maybe some shit's going down in game, but it's in game. It doesn't really matter that like theoretically, and you get like basically like a partner that is like made for you essentially, like So I don't know. I think it'd be kind of fun.
Did we talk about JoJo?
We didn't.
Now, average stand user.
The problem is stand users, and I thought about this too. Don't they all like come together?
I think they gravitate naturally to each other, and
so that'd be fucking bad.
It'd be really. It seems like it would always go down poorly.
Yeah,
right?
like 100% of the time.
And I guess it depends because it's based on your personality, right? So your stand would be something that would actually be pretty. I think the only bad stand we saw that was that could affect the user negatively was Purple Haze. Right? Basically, because he never popped it off, but when he does, it's like literally a one-hit KO for anyone that breathes that shit in.
True.
So, but other than that, they all seem to be advantageous in basically any respect for the user. So, I mean, if I had a stand, I think I would sign up.
No shot.
I
want nothing.
I would
to
sign
do
up
with
for that, man.
They're honestly just like annoying shit too. Like the
Ethan,
one that like just follows forever.
All I want to do is do sweet poses that should not be possible.
Right.
Breathe in sunlight and wear sick ass clothes.
You can do most of those already.
I can breathe the sun. You're right. You're right. I'm going to go try it.
Just go outside and breathe.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I feel
there
the
you
power.
Go. Come on.
Wow. I'm gonna do some poses in the parking lot. BRB.
I just one more bad one before we get into. I think
something I think it's gonna need a little discussion.
Yeah, so I think potentially the worst that we didn't mention last time was Yu-Gi-Oh.
Wow, I actually disagree.
I think it'd be terrible.
Why is that?
Because original Yu-Gi-Oh, like we're talking about like sending souls to hell if you lose this freaking card game. But which, by the way, the card game's fucking hard.
I know all the rules of the card game.
You lose so fast because you don't have a Millennium Falcon or whatever.
What IP are we talking about right now? Millennium Falcon?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a joke.
Yeah, I know. I get it now. Yeah, I don't have the Millennium eyepiece.
Yeah, exactly.
The Millennium Snapback.
Yeah. the Millennium wristwatch.
Every time I play a trap card, I get 3 new wrinkles under this dome piece right here. Oh, God. So I guess average dueler, though, would they be subjected to the Millennium shit, right? Even Joey Wheeler, think about him. I think he's like...
His soul gets trapped for an entire season.
I know. He's an above-average dueler that could actually have probably done pretty well if he wasn't friends with Yugi.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, he actually probably could have slapped and won some tournaments, had some money, got Serenity or fucking eyes or whatever, and... had a pretty cushy thing and just go back to Brooklyn, man, or Boston, or whatever the fuck.
To Boston.
Yeah, Joey Wheeler from
Joey
Brooklyn.
freaking Wheeler.
Yeah, you.
This guy. Hey, you.
Hey, you. What's that around your neck? And his life went to shit. Went to hard shit.
Who's this Kaiba guy?
Yeah, if you know what it is? Yugi is the villain of that show.
Yeah.
Team Kaiba, baby. Team Kaiba. What's his little brother's name? Moby? Something like that. Mokuba. That's it. And
well, so like I will say
I hate him.
there is some cool things, right? Like when it's not all soul destroying type stuff.
Yeah.
Like the dueling disc that brings these things to life. So you could just go to like a random gym and fight someone. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, and the news thing in like Battle City, basically just you literally from your crazy, which fun fact, as a kid, I had a plastic one of those.
Of course you did.
I totally did. It basically would shoot out discs, 2 for each side, and it basically creates a holographic, stage.
Yeah.
How fucking sweet is that? And think of all the auxiliary technologies that can come from.
Look, it's
Kaiba
rad until your soul is caught in the fucking dark
Shadow
zone.
Realm.
Yeah, Shadow Realm for eternity.
That's the thing, right? If I'm an average duelist and I'm not friends with Yugi, I'm going to stay the fuck. If I see someone with a crazy golden eye, I'm like, you get the fuck back on your island. You are not welcome here. Get out of here.
Yeah, but here's the problem. If you're just like a average duelist, you're winning some tournaments, you're just chilling, and there's a big tournament on Pegasus Island or whatever, you're going
or a blimp, wherever the fuck. Like
you're going,
I guess that's fair. That's a good point. I guess if you work hard and you start out, say, average, and you're good enough to at least compete, and then you rise to a certain level, then you're now playing with the Millennium Boys, right?
So here's what I'll say though. Even though I say that I would not like that version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or like all the ones with like Egyptian god cards and shit just eating the world, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is sick.
Yes. See, like, remove all that shit and you just focus on like the game. Like,
right.
Yes. Sign me the fuck up.
Just go to school to learn how to be a duelist? What?
Whoa. Yeah, fuck social studies.
Yeah,
Tell me how to use my
lit.
spell cards. Tell me how to do fusions.
Exactly. My fusion cards are going to ruin all of these blue, obelisks.
Yeah, sorry. I have to go to Traps 101. I'm going to be late. Yeah, so I'm gonna put it on the list. You're right. The Millennium shit makes it a fun show, but a really scary place to be. But if you just focus on the game and the tech that's been evolving think about all the things that Kaiba could be doing, saving people's lives, making the world better, curing climate change. No, I want to see my blue eyes in HD 3D, baby. That's what I want.
You know the dumbest part of that whole show? He like rips up Blue Eyes' just so that he's the only one with blue eyes.
You should have just kept them. Yeah, taken that. But I like 3. Hate it.
I'm the only one with blue eyes. Okay.
Cool. Weird flex, but I guess
Bro,
that's fine.
What's your problem? You just tore up my $100 freaking blue eyes white dragon.
I don't take a shit for less than 10K. I don't give a shit about your card.
Well, if it was first edition, it'd be 10K, dude. You fucked me here.
I don't know how Kaiba's got the business sense to make such a big company.
Well, his dad built it.
His dad built it. You're right. So maybe he's a shite CEO.
Yeah.
But he's a smart dude. Have you ever seen him make anything? Like build? And because he's supposed to be like super wicked smart, right?
Yeah, I think honestly he did invent the duelist disc thing.
That's rad.
I believe.
Yeah, but
so that's what I think is cool is Yu-Gi-Oh! GX takes all those technologies and stuff that were built in all that time, and then they implement it as like everybody is like this like a ubiquitous technology that everyone can use.
Right. So, but for us, it's like showing the Transformers movies to someone from the 50s, right? To them, it would literally melt their brains and like their ears would fall off and their eyes would become mush.
Now, what in tarnations is this?
Yeah, and for us, do you think everyone in the 50s talks like a gold miner?
I think probably.
I'd see. Actually, you're probably right.
That or like.
Hey, welcome there, folks. They were all fun. Yeah, we're all 1920s radio people. Yeah. But no, that
down on Spring Street, there's a huge pile up.
Right, but people in the GX world, our minds would explode. To them, like, oh, you have last year's fucking model? Like, that's how ubiquitous it is, right? I want to be in that world. Put it on the fucking list.
True.
We gotta do it. We gotta do the lot. We gotta do that world.
So this is the one that I think should be the presumptive king of this.
I think absolutely not.
Pokemon.
Yeah. No. No.
Why?
No. Bro.
Well, wait, let me say why I think it's good.
Yeah,
first,
let's have a little over under. Let's have a little over under here. That's what it's turning into.
So you are a 10-year-old or whatever. What is it? 11?
10. Already fucking okay.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
That is the only wild part. Okay, but you're a 10-year-old. You go to a professor, he hands you a free Pokemon and a free Pokeballs.
Yeah, right.
And then your job now is to literally be the very best that no one ever was.
No.
Like specifically, no one ever was.
Yeah,
that.
I don't know what you thought you heard, but everyone else, you
Bad.
be that.
You
Everyone else,
better.
you be up here. They're all down here.
Right.
And here's the most fucked up thing, right? Is break that down on a practical level, totally secular in our world. Hey, Timmy, happy 10th birthday. Here's like $10. Here's a bunch of nets and cages. Go catch every animal that exists and don't come home until they fight better than you made them fight better than anything else.
Right.
Happy 10th birthday. What the fuck? That's
fine, dude.
Is it really?
You start off with your partner, little Charmander, little Squirtle.
Yeah.
And you just become absolute world busters.
Yeah, by 11.
You run into Muse every 5 minutes. You run into every Latios and Latios on Earth.
Remember,
somehow
you're an average trainer. You're not the chosen one. You're not
Here's
Ash
the thing.
Ketchum.
I think they all suck at Pokemon training.
Well, they all do.
I would be a god.
Ash didn't even know about type matching until like Sinnoh region.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck? That's what I'm saying. So maybe we would be Ash.
That's what I'm saying is we would be freaking thugs.
Yeah, we wouldn't be Red. Well, we could probably be fucking Red.
I'm just saying, if I have literally like my entire life to do this, I'm a generally smart enough guy.
Yes.
I make generally decent decisions. I'd be hunting for these insane Pokies. I'd be catching them. I'd be leveling them up. I'd be like doing whatever I gotta do to put together the nastiest team that is available.
Sure. Okay.
My Swampert, right, would have Ice Beam, Surf,
yes,
and freaking Earthquake, and nobody beats that.
All I'm saying, but that's the thing, right? Look at what Pokemon are. They are literally death traps left and right. Like, you aren't powerful from the beginning. You got to build a little bit, right? You need a couple years under your belt before you're playing at that level. But think about just journeying in the middle of the world. Ignore humans and how shitty they could be a second to, I don't know, a random 10-year-old that comes into town. That's a wandering 10-year-old downtown. That's not weird to you? That seems wrong, right?
No, because
call a cop or a parent. Like, that seems, get this kid off the street.
Look, I understand that, but this world doesn't seem to have many, like, other than Team Rocket or those random teams that happen, like, there's not much that's, like, bad. Like,
bro, they're like a massive...
These 10-year-olds are walking around doing nothing, like, not in any danger whatsoever physically.
But I just think, yeah, because we see that their path, Ash is one lucky motherfucker. Like, he should... crushed by a Gyarados, you get hyper beamed in the face, and you're literally like photon beamed out of existence. Like, you're one stray Pokemon attack away from actual death. Like, you're standing right behind your Pokemon, and you don't tell me a Thunderbolt just like kind of dodges and swerves, and you get zapped. You're dead. You're just dead. I don't know. There's no other way around it. Pokemon are dangerous as fuck, and I'm here to prove it.
I mean, Ash gets lit up by Pikachu constantly and seems to be fine. So maybe this physiology in this world is augmented in some way to make everyone fire resistant, electric resistant, ice resistant. But how freaking cool would it be to be like, okay, I've been training my team of Pokemon for a month now. I've caught 6. I have the only question I have is, do the like level situation, does that count for like badges? Because like, in the game where if you say you made a level 50 Charizard before you got to the second gym, he would stop listening to you. And that seems to take place a little bit for Ash, right?
Right.
The question I have is, does it follow the game mechanics or the like actual show mechanics? Because the show is random as shit.
I think we probably should disregard, in this case, the story and the world need to be severed, because we have Ash, who is 10 forever, which is historically famously a critique. We never see him age. And I think the story...
we never see him pee.
We never see him pee. Why doesn't Ash pee? I'm putting the phone down for a second. Why doesn't Ash pee?
I mean, it's weird.
Why are people not talking about this?
Yeah.
Brock
you don't even see a bathroom anywhere.
Brock being an asshole to girls? Fine. Misty being a shithead about her bike all the time? Fine. Why doesn't Ash pee? Somebody tell me this.
And do Pokemon poop, for the love of God? Tell me if their balls are just filled with poop.
I have a theory on that. They convert all their nutrients to actual energy. So I think if they have to poop, they actually have to like fire off a flamethrower or something.
Yeah, here's my problem.
Pokemon are 100% efficient at energy
that's
transfer.
What I'm saying. Like, what's up with this? Conservation of energy just doesn't matter anymore.
No, apparently not, dude. This is headcanon.
Matter cannot be created or destroyed.
Just transformed. So feed a Pokemon a berry, fire off an ice beam.
It just doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense.
It's just transformation, right? But have you ever sat down and read some of the Pokédex entries for some of these Pokemon?
No.
What's the?
Where they say like 10 billion volts or some stupid shit like that.
Yes, and what's the Pokemon? I was at a meme the other day, but the lava snail looking thing,
Magmar.
Well, that's like the duck.
Slugma.
That might be the one.
No, Magmar is
that weird duck looking.
Oh yeah, yeah. Slugma is what you mean.
Yeah. So his Pokédex entry is it radiates heat at 18,000 degrees Celsius. Bro, everything would burn for miles just being there.
All things in this world burn to ash.
Just Slugma being in existence. Like there's so many. There's one I think it's called Esper or the purple looking.
You're probably talking Macargo.
Macargo, that's it. That's it.
Big one.
Yeah. There's like an Esper one where it's always holding its ears down because the Pokédex entry for it says if it releases its ears, it will release a psychic blast like a couple kilometers, enough to like incapacitate people.
Yeah.
It can drop cities if it does this. How terrifying is that?
Yeah.
Dude, and there's so many of them. Drifloon literally will
Get
come.
Get him, Tyranitar!
Yeah. Where that noise was. But Drifloon, his Pokédex entry is it literally will pick up children or full of regret and just float away.
Yeah. Or what about Ghastly's, Haunters, and Gengars? They're just dead Pokemon.
So Gengar's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time.
He's the sickest.
Yeah.
Ghost Poison? Yeah, really.
Fuck yeah. So his Pokédex entry, it wishes for a traveling companion, so it tries to kill humans to make one. It literally says, this is canon, Pokemon will kill people just to get friends. Dude, Pokemon are dangerous as fuck. Like, they literally, they have these powers that are just, like, they're mind-boggling, but people don't take the time, or it's black box so you can enjoy, basically being an illegal animals dealer and dog fighter. But, like, I don't know. I wouldn't, Beware, that crazy bear Pokemon, the pink one?
Yeah. Pokédex
entry. It has hugged people so hard, it has taken them from this world by squishing their spine. Dude, like, I can't even. I don't know, man. It's just when you kind of break down Pokemon as entities in the world, humanity shouldn't exist. Like, they would have been wiped out a long time ago. And if not with that, although as much as I'd want to see it in a form of a show, Pokemon warfare would be brutal, dude. Just absolutely brutal in a way that no actual war that humanity now could figure out. That'd be batshit.
Okay, so you know that there's like a bunch of theories about like what's going on in the Pokemon world to force these 10-year-olds out into the world to like basically train for military stuff.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Like the like dark potential dark underbelly of this
world.
Pokemon world.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you're like using your conspiracy theory and you're extrapolating to that, of course it's a bad world.
Okay.
But like, I think what we see in the show, like, even if you get bumps and bruises, like, it seems like you're fine generally, and like you can tank like Raichu bolts for some reason.
I'll give you the electricity thing, Steam, because they wanted to play on that.
I'm just saying, you can tank this shit, so it's not that big of a deal. And it seems like it'd be a really fun world to build your team, just like the games are, and just be the best that you could ever was.
I can already feel the cadence that was going to be the best that ever was.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I'm gonna put the conspiracy theory tinfoil shit over here.
The only one I'll say was bad was when Mewtwo, brings all those trainers to his island and then fucking steals all their Pokemon
and makes them evil, and they have to fight each other, and we all cried in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll cry right now about it.
I will shed a tear for Ash being cried over by Pikachu every day of the week.
Right.
But putting aside the conspiracy theory tinfoil Pokemon warfare shit, the very concept and backed up by actual canon that these creatures are dangerous as fuck. And it's not a one-off. There's many that have these terrifying drowsy snucks. He sucks your dreams out of your nostrils. Yeah, he hangs out by recreational facilities with a view to steal the dreams of children. That's literally some villain shit. I'm going to use this device to power all my machines, and it's powered by children's dreams.
Yeah,
so, I don't know, man.
I get it, but I'm just saying there seems to be something in this world that is keeping people from just getting capped by these things.
Actually waxed.
Right? Like, I think if you're talking Pokemon Adventures, which is like the original manga,
yes,
it's very dark.
I would actually. That's probably one manga I'd really like to buy and read because I hear it's fantastic.
Right.
Like,
but I don't think that's a world you want to be in necessarily.
How are they different worlds? It's all the Pokemon world
because it's a different hue that the whole world is cast in. Right. One is like the dark world, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1,
right,
and then one is like a Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Season 5.
Okay, so you're saying there might be different periods of the same world you kind of want to go to.
I think it's different iterations. It's same as like any like Marvel or whatever, superhero type thing where you can have a different Earth scenario.
Sure, it's
Earth
not 616.
It's Earth 1,166,000,
Or if we're going to put a number on it. But yes, so fine. The fact that they aren't, I think what that is because everyone has their own. Like, people will have a Pokemon as a companion, protector, stuff like that. Which, that would be the first thing I did, is like, I'm going to use all my money, all my mommy's hard-earned cash on her CC, and go buy a Pokemon already at a place where, like, I'm 10. I need something to protect me. I'm literally just in nature, as in a supernatural nature, and I could get fucked at any point. That's the reality of it. There is no more base reality. Superpowered animals. Like, imagine putting a 10-year-old in the woods in our world. Yeah, go walk to the next town, kid.
I don't have to imagine. There's called Lords of the Fly, the book. Everything goes fine in that. So
if we didn't have the camera on, I might have actually just been like, yeah, but you just couldn't keep it straight.
So maybe rethink that.
Yeah, but still, that's all I'm saying. Book aside, the reality of that situation is bad, very bad, and even if you had a wolf to protect you, that actually listened to you and kind of could understand your shit a little bit.
I don't know. I just feel like even at 10 years old, I wasn't an uber dipshit. Like, I would have figured it out.
Sure. I think we're just giving 10-year-olds a little bit too much credit here.
You didn't know me when I was 10? I was a genius.
I'm just
Wait, when was 6th grade? How old were we?
Like 12.
Okay.
Yeah. I was kind of on the older side of that, so I was like 13ish, but yeah, now think 2 grades before that. Think that one through.
What year was that? Fourth grade?
Fourth grade.
Oof.
Yeah, right. Real sweet spot of idiocy and childlike wonder.
Me and Jared were just chilling.
Yeah,
in
you and
Miss
Jared just
Larson's
chilling.
class.
Damn, you know where you weren't? Finding fucking food at night in the woods, right?
Well, okay. How about this? Are we given like full access to our parents' CCs?
CCs? No, because no. Ash's mom's too busy fucking Mr. Mime. She's not giving that up. And, it's
yeah, but where's his dad?
What do you mean? Mr. Mime.
His real dad.
Do we ever find that out? Because
I think they supposedly revealed it recently, but I didn't pay attention enough to find out.
I was watching a Let's Play channel, and someone brought up that Pokemon had like a live action musical situation back in the day, and in that, Giovanni was Ash's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't he that in the first game?
So I think it was I think it was Ruby Sapphire.
That was like the 5th gem or whatever, but there was something with Ash's dad in the first game.
I guess he wasn't even Ash at that. He was Red in that one.
True.
Yeah. You're only kind of Ash-ish because Yellow came out to make it feel like, got yourself Pikachu, your Ash and everything. But it's Red. And maybe Red's dad is Giovanni. That could be canon. I don't know. But
okay, what team do you build though if it's you? Personally.
Oh, like I have to pick a team of 6?
Yes.
Oh shit. So do I have access to everybody or just something more realistic? I'm gonna go no legendaries on this one because
duh.
Yeah, okay. Well, definitely.
Which, by the way, that's one massive complaint I have about the actual shows is like legendaries are everywhere, and not only that, they like refuse to catch them.
Yeah, right. And they bow down to Ash's presence oftentimes. Like, doesn't he like make out with Latios?
I don't think he makes out with her, but I think Suicune is like, my hero, my god, Ash.
No, he's not. He's a kid. Legendary Pokemon, just stop with this kid, all right?
Like Entei was like talking to him and shit. He's like, wow, you're actually a beast.
Yeah, right. So I would definitely take a Gengar. No question. Swampert, Mudkip will be my starter.
Are we doing what gen here?
I'm just rolling off everybody.
Okay, fair.
Oh, you know what? Let's keep it 151.
How's that? Let's do 151.
I'm a Venusaur guy. I think it's tanky as fuck. I would take a Venusaur.
Mistake.
I don't care. Well, okay, you know what? Blastoise. I'm not taking a Charizard. I'm not taking a Charizard. I know how shitty they could be, I guess, from the show. So yeah, let's go with Blastoise. If I'm taking a grass Pokemon, Vileplume. Got to go there. Gengar for sure. Definitely would do Hitmonchan, fighting type. And if I'm going to get a fire Pokemon, I would like to go with probably Magmar, honestly. They're rare too. Nope, Arcanine.
I was gonna say, big mistake.
Arcanine or Ninetales would be cool. Yeah, I don't know.
I think the correct answer is Arcanine or Rapidash, so you can fucking go as fast.
You
as
right,
world.
But imagine that mane of fire in your face while you ride.
No, they actually like delved into that for an entire like mini series, The Great Race.
Yes, I remember that one. That was like a Dotrio and
such a good episode.
That was great. That's
a classic. We had it on tape, and I watched it like 1.5 billion times.
Yeah, right. And if do I have to go? Do I need an electric? Yeah, well, no, because
how many do you have right now?
5.
Okay,
and I need one more. But if I'm going up against like,
there's an obvious answer here.
What's the obvious answer for you?
You need a bird. You need to fly.
You're right,
dude.
Pidgeot. Done.
Exactly.
Pidgeot. Done. Done. Or an Aerodactyl would be pretty tight.
Once again, are you going to be reviving a shitload of fossils?
Well, fuck yeah. I mean,
it just seems ridiculous that they could do this stuff so easy.
Right. They're just like, hey, go find like that seashell over there.
I mean,
boom.
In that case, Kabutops.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Right?
Yeah,
like
people sleep
sick.
on Kabutops. Yeah.
I think what I would go with, do I have to keep my starter on my team?
Not necessarily.
Because I think the starters are kind of lackluster originally.
Because if I were to do a water Pokemon that's not my starter, Lapras.
I choose Gyarados.
Smart.
Gengar just to terrify people.
You have to.
Arcanine.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Big old fire dog. I name him Clifford, obviously,
Let's see.
because he's a big red dog.
Chansey, because they're invincible.
Chanseys are tanky.
They're
right?
invincible.
Yes, that's a good one.
Let's see. Gyarados can learn Ice Beam, so who cares? Pidgeot, obviously.
Yeah.
I literally have a Pidgeot in every game I ever play.
Hell yeah.
They're like my favorite fucking Pokemon.
My favorite name for Pidgeot, Scalibur. Easy. I named it that since like Ruby Sapphire or some shit.
I mean, I don't really need a 6th Pokemon, but I guess I'd go with like
do Clefairy for Metronome
Mewtwo or something.
Just get some RNG. Just get some RNG. Clefairy for RNG.
No, I need somebody with like Earthquake.
Golem.
No, I don't think Golems are cool looking Pokemon. I'll be honest.
You know, like a crazy little
Rhydon.
Ooh.
One of my faves for sure.
Fun fact, the first Pokemon ever designed.
Right.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, these are good teams. Got pretty good teams.
Plus he's got Lightning Rod. So he's invincible to lightning.
That's good. That's that like that and the Swampert thing, like that's so slept on.
Though he is like dog shit in the first game.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Right. They kind of just went from there, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I chose Lapras over a Gyarados or a Cloyster because Cloyster could use Ice stuff, which is pretty cool. But to get a Dragonite, what am I fucking doing? Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's a little hard to find a Dragonite, right? They're like
pseudo
legendary
ones.
So is
Arcanine.
Pseudo. Arcanine is actually considered pseudo legendary as well. Fun fact.
Really?
From a catch rate stat point. It's because pseudo legendaries are about its actual
but I think
rarity.
there's Growlithe everywhere.
That's true. Yeah.
So I get a Firestone, big deal.
Word. But yeah, so
because I think if you added all the other Pokemon, my teams would just be all like pseudo legendary, like Hydreigons and like Salamences and like all these weird freaking Pokies.
Are the shit.
Tyrannitars. I love Pokemon. It's so much fun.
Pokemon's great.
We should do like a Nuzlocke.
Oh, a Nuzlocke run for streaming?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fucking. Nuzlocks give me anxiety, man.
Or just like a random game where we don't die, whatever.
Yeah, right. I went with Lapras over the other two because for water transport's sake, it's literally a boat. It's literally a boat. Yeah, but Gyarados, you're just like under the water.
Yeah, but remember during the what was it, Mewtwo Strikes Back movie?
He kind of just
goes, my Gyarados.
Yeah, my Gyarados.
Storms like this is no problem for my Gyarados.
Joey Wheeler, is that you? Oh shit!
Yeah. And he had like I think he had a Nidoqueen. He also had an Arcanine, I believe. Like, he had some wild Pokemon.
He had a good team.
Yeah.
He had a good team. He just went up against
me and Soitha.
Soitha over here.
Soitha, no soithing.
Oh God. But he just happened to go up against, Big Mac Daddy Mewtwo.
Right.
That's not a good look for anybody.
He's literally like a reality warper.
Yeah, right.
Like,
have fun with that. But yeah. So are you still sticking with you want to be in Pokemon?
Yeah, I think with my skill set, my brains, I'd figure it out. I'd
miss me with that shit.
I'd train the shit out of my pokes, and they'd be gods.
If I could survive, I'd just say I would want to start later in my life. Then maybe a lot of this is mitigated. Like, if you had me start at 18...
You need a Machamp to protect you, because you're a little scared boy.
Oh,
little soy boy.
Okay. You get out there,
little soy
right?
shit boy.
Oh my God. I'll read more of these off. And when you get picked up by a Drifloon and you're 10,000 feet up and you just, whoops.
You think my Gengar is going to let a Drifloon do some shit to me?
I'm talking 10-year-old, you have a weak-ass Charmander.
I'll catch a Gengar immediately.
And then this is where I know this is so bullshit because...
Ghastly, come here.
Dude, I didn't even know how to do fucking long division, let alone catch and train a supernatural ethereal creature. Don't at me right now.
Who hides in people's shadows waiting to kill them.
Yeah, right. How do you combat that as a 10-year-old? So I think the only thing we learned today is that Ethan sees himself as a godly 10-year-old, and I'm just much more realistic guy, I guess. I don't know.
I can't imagine you have the ability to go catch any Pokemon in the world that you want. Because I feel like that a general idea of where these things hang out.
Yeah, right. No,
so
we
there's
would know
probably
that.
like a list somewhere that's like, hey, these dudes hang out in Route 6. You gotta believe I'm beelining to Route 6.
Yeah,
I'm skipping all of the freaking Weedle, Caterpie, they can suck one. I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna run through that as fast as I could.
Yeah, we'll see when you get a swarm of Beedrills like in your grill,
Geodude
dude.
skipping.
They're not gonna skip you.
Catching that sucker. He's so cool.
Have fun with the Zubats. Have fun with all the
I'll
fucking
catch one of those
Zubats.
too, so we can go blah to the other ones.
That's your 6 Pokemon for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Hey, look at him do this. It's funny, right?
Do I get a Crobat eventually?
Yeah, I think that's how it worked, right?
He's a beast.
He's kind of crazy. Like
I think I soloed like one entire Elite Four trainer with my Crobat once.
People on YouTube just saw me like, whoa, dude. Like,
yeah.
Take it easy, man.
They're strong. No, he was like,
I know.
Well, I also like way over level always.
It sounded threatening to me. Like, I took out 4 Elite Trainers to take you out too, dude. Like, Crobat, get him.
Kind of that.
How big are they? They're pretty fucking massive, right?
Well, they have those like 7 wings. It looks like one of those demons.
They have like the cross wing, right? Yeah. Which, again, rad as fuck design.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll be divided on this one forever because fuck that. Fuck that world.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man.
It's great to imagine like me being a trainer in that world and well established. Yes, but it's that weird practice of sending off 10-year-olds. Just, if that's my fate, nice knowing you, Mom. Have fun fucking the Pokemon. Like,
Jesus.
And that's how it would be. I know.
Sometimes that's just how it be.
That's how it be. But yeah, thank you for coming. Class, we're pretty long. Yeah. Thank you for coming to class. This. Again, as you noticed, a lot of anime worlds, when you pick them apart, are pretty hard, but sometimes there's a couple that, no matter how hard you pick at it, still pretty sweet to be in that world.
Right.
That's how it's got to be. But still, the majority, if you have ones that you love to be in, but we're going to say no slice of life, unless you can tell me a pitch on why a slice of life is different from our world, but still something you want to be in. I think that's what it's got to be, right? Is there like a Durara would be interesting, but it's essentially just the same world.
Right. You just be walking around Ikebukuro and randomly a freaking vending machine will fly past you. I thought about that too.
Yeah.
Or maybe like the cool lore that comes with it, like the Black Rider.
Exactly.
Like that'd be kind of chill.
That'd be pretty chill. So thank you for coming to class. If you want to see us with your eyes and your ears, hello YouTube gang. Please like, comment, subscribe, comment on our videos. You're getting more comments lately. We love hearing from you guys. If you want just your ear loving and no more eye loving,
the links are in the description.
all links in the description. Apple, Spotify, everything in between. All of our links are there. Instagram, Twitter, our Gmail's there, and Patreon. Only if you can. Monetary, a little love on that front. Patreon.com/Weebology. $1 and up gets you on our Discord with all of our past guests and the lovely fans that are paying to be in that Discord. $3 and up gets you the syllabus sidebar, our lo-fi, high vibes, sometimes anime, sometimes not. Show we do on the side. We rip about shit. We'll probably do one this week. I think we got some time for that this week. It's been a hot minute.
It's been like a week.
Hot minute. We've just been busy boys, but we'll be back on it because I think what I'd like to do. I'm gonna look up some stuff for The Price Is Wrong.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
that'll be fun. But yeah, I think that is it. I'm still a little brain foggy.
That's fine.
I gotta get my wrinkles back until I can get back to full wrinkle capacity. I'm Ricky.
And I'm Ethan.
And this has been Weebology.
Deuces.
Dude, my wrinkles. My wrinkles are gone.
My wrinkles back.
Big Daddy Pharma took my wrinkles.